So this is my fifth attempt at making this vlog. It's been taking me a while. So yeah, this is my vlog. This is Agent T here reporting, and my vlog is on things that piss me off. Hi Gina, hi Britt. So things that piss me off. Number one, when people talk during movies, and it's not just like making like a snarky comment or like, well, actually it is making snarky comments, but not just things that like, oh, that was funny, or oh my god, can we rewind that? Can we see that again? No, that's like fine. I'm okay with that. But it's when you say stuff like, I don't get it. Can you explain it to me? Like, no, you idiot. I'm not gonna frickin' pause the movie and re-explain it to you. Sorry, you're gonna have to IMDb that, Google that, Rotten Tomatoes that, I don't know. Search it, look it up. Yeah, watch the rest of the movie. Another thing that pisses me off is when people um, get super distracted while they're telling a story. Um, I just, I just don't get it. It's like their mind is the train on a train track, and it just gets derailed. And you're like, wait, what the? Hello, I was interested in your story. Your story was exciting. It was enthralling, and then you just stop. I mean, that's like watching The Sixth Sense and having the movie cut off 10 minutes before it ends. You don't know what happens to Bruce Willis. So, you have to ask the person to, hey, snap back to it, hey, tell the story again, and then they're like, hey, well, where do I leave off? And you have to think where they leave off, and then it's like this 10, 20-second awkward, okay, where do they leave off? Try to think. So it just totally loses its spice. I just don't get that. So if you're telling a story, start it, get to the good part, end it. Don't derail. Don't let your thought train derail. Another thing that pisses me off is when people don't introduce other people. It's just really awkward being that person who doesn't know anyone in the group, and your friend doesn't introduce. I mean, I guess you could introduce yourself, but it's just, I don't know. I just feel like it's like the unwritten code to introduce your friends to other friends. For example, my there's a fly in my room. My friends and I, we went to a show, and they didn't introduce me to someone, and it was really awkward because we saw that person at least 3 or 4 times that night, and he was talking to them, and they were talking to him, and I was like awkwardly standing there because I couldn't contribute because I didn't really know the guy. But eventually he had to introduce himself to me, and I was like, finally, about time we get to know each other. 4th time we've seen each other, and finally we meet. So yeah, that really pisses me off because it's just really awkward. Just introduce your friends to other friends or family to whatever. It's like unwritten human code. You just do it. Another thing that pisses me off is when people who don't open the door for other people. Like, if the person is right behind you, don't open it up so your little body can get in there that the other people can't. Open it up for everybody. Even if you don't want to hold it open, just like push it out all the way open so that way a lot of people can just get through. I think that's really rude when people don't do that. I mean, I can understand if it's like an awkward distance away and you're kind of like standing there thinking, okay, I could have been gone like 10 seconds ago while this person's still coming. That's understandable. But it's when you're really, a person is really close to the person near the door and they don't open up the door. For example, I was walking to my school's gym with about 3 or 4 bags. I'm not talking like little, paper bags, paper plastic bags. I'm talking about full-on backpack, laptop, gym clothes, this, that. A bunch of stuff with me. Not only that, but it was heavy. I felt like a pack mule, pack horse, pack. At any rate, I felt like I was carrying a lot of stuff. No more analogies. But I was walking to the gym with 3 or 4 bags. There was a coach there. I was walking behind him. I was probably about a good 5 feet behind him. And my hands weren't free, my arms weren't free, I couldn't open up the door. And he opens up the door, we make eye contact, that kind of eye contact that's like, okay, I'm gonna open up the door for you. Just pass right by me. But he doesn't. He lets the door close 2 feet before I'm about to get to the door. And I was like, you've got to be joking. Are you kidding me? So I had to then lower about 2 of my 4 bags and open up the door myself and then I had to kick the door open and grab my bags and hurry in. And it was just a long process that didn't really need to happen. If only he had opened up that door and just waited for, a good 5 seconds for me just to pass through, the problem would have been avoided. So, that's pretty annoying. Let's see. What's another thing that pisses me off? Another thing that pisses me off is when people, oh my god, what was it? It's when people are just annoying. But when people add on to your story while you're telling a story. For example, I was telling a story of, no, I won't even go there. But anyway, it's telling a story about how you were with some friends and you tripped. And you're saying, oh yeah, and I was walking down the street, and then there was a banana peel, and I tripped, and the person adds in, yeah, and the banana peel was yellow. Excuse me, it's my story, my experience. I tell what happens. You can add on in about a minute or two when I'm done. Thank you. It's just annoying and it's rude, and then the person you're telling the story to doesn't know where to look, and then there's all this information coming in at once, and then the story just loses its flavor. So, word to the wise, when you're telling a story, just have one person tell it at one time. It's just easier that way. Yeah. Alright. This is my first vlog. Sorry, it's kind of long, and it's probably not that good, but whatever. Alright. Bye.